Reed swoops on the crowd with massive basket.
Three. You are kidding me.
And the fire burned brightest. Townsville are WNBL champions for the fourth time.
It's a mouth-watering clash tonight between Townsville and Melbourne, with two of the best teams in the Cygnett WNBL going head-to-head at the Townsville Entertainment Centre. It's the first meeting of the season between the Fire and the Boomers, with stars across the court aiming to guide their side to a confidence-boosting win to close out the pre-Christmas round. Jess Webster and Basketball Australia Hall of Famer Carrie Graff with you tonight. And Carrie, two teams with opposing form coming into this one. Townsville, of course, have won their past 7 in a row, and Melbourne have dropped their last 3. Welcome to you, and what are you looking forward to tonight?
Yeah, look, it's going to be an interesting one for Melbourne. Obviously, the loss for them with their superstar point guard, Jordan Canada, has impacted them immensely. They haven't found their feet without her yet. They'll need to do that tonight. Thankfully for them, Townsville Fire, who are red hot, with only one loss so far in the season, without two of their veteran superstars, Sammy Whitcomb and Alice Koenig. So that's a bit of a leveler for them, you know, but Townsville back at home, they've been on the road a lot. They're going to be tough to beat.
Yes, of course, Townsville's first home game since the 29th of November. 25 days between their home games, and you did mention the couple of losses tonight. Firstly, let's focus on Jordan Canada. She was undergoing a fitness test heading into tonight, didn't quite pass that fitness test, so she won't be out there tonight for the Boomers. She did get concussion in their loss against the Capitals, and then they've lost against Adelaide and Sydney. So as you said, haven't quite found the answer to fill her spot. What are you hoping to see tonight from Melbourne? Any individuals in particular you want to step up, or is it more about that contribution across the court?
Yeah, look, I think that, you know, they need their key players to really play with great form. Naz Hillman was, you know, a little below herself in the loss against Sydney on Wednesday night. You know, they need Sarah Blitzhalves to really step up and score and rebound for them. And then the guards have to do it really by committee, you know. And look, they've got to do a job on Steph Reed. Steph Reed, you know, organises this team, scores for this team, plays off ball screen action. She's impressive. As we see the ladder there, Townsville Fire, last year's champion team, only one loss this year, 8-1. They are red hot, in great form, well coached, play well together. The Melbourne Boomers, they dropped from second spot earlier down to 4th. Now they're back in third with the loss of Southside Flyers earlier tonight against the Perth Lynx. So critical one for the Melbourne Boomers. Can they find a way without Canada? Townsville Fire without Koenig and Reed. Is this their chance to find a new way without their superstar?
How have you found Melbourne's season? Because they started red hot, and then they've just kind of been brought back to the pack a little bit in the past few weeks. So where do you think they're at the moment?
Yeah, look, I think it's, you know, they've got, you know, two key pieces out. They haven't had Chrissy Wallace all season. She's a big add to them. You know, Opal's player, WNBA, you know, she's a legit young star in this league. So we see the starters there for the Townsville Fire. You know, this group have played together a bit. Steph Reed having a great season and found her way into an Opal squad. Courtney Woods just finds a way. You know, she gets a start tonight, normally off the bench for them, but with Koenig out with wrist injury and with Sammy Whitcomb out on family leave, she's been impressive for them. She finds ways to score. They've gone with a big lineup. Satina Rakuso in there and Michaela Roof, who's been super efficient for them, plays both ends of the floor, solid rebounder, good scorer. So, you know, it changes their depth as well with two key players out. You know, Melbourne, with only 9, travelling with 9 on the road. Naz Hillman, they need a big game from her tonight. Sarah Blitzhalves, as we talked about, needs to step up, as does Keely Froling. Monconti and Reed will need to do the job on Steph Reed. So
there are the starting 5 for the two sides. And just quickly on Townsville, I mean, they managed to cover the Koenig injury. Depth has been their hallmark this season. So Koenig goes first. They still managed to win, but how big of a loss is Sammy Whitcomb?
Yeah, massive. I mean, she's a scorer, she's a leader. You know, and talking to Coach Shannon Seabohm, you know, Whitcomb and Koenig as veteran stars have really taken this team's understanding and level of professionalism and intensity to a whole nother level. So you take those two pieces out, it then falls back on the shoulders of, you know, Steph Reed to continue that to play Townsville-style basketball and to lead the way with intensity.
So a big game coming up tonight, and also big news for the WNBL during the week. For the first time ever, it was announced all games are now going to be shown on the WNBA app and League Pass. So for all of our international viewers outside Australia and New Zealand, make sure you download the WNBA app for games and WNBL content. And if you're in Australia and New Zealand, make sure you download the WNBL app and tune in to 9 now for all of your Cygnett WNBL action. Here we go. It is Townsville taking on Melbourne in the last match of round 8 to close out the pre-Christmas round. Looks like it's going to be a Melbourne ball to kick us off. Keely Froling to get things underway for us. Monconti, Blitzarves back to Froling. Conti again involved. Nice pass inside for Blitzarves. Gets the rebound, but has turned it over to Akuzo.
Crucial turnover then. Sarah Blitzarves, Melbourne Boomers trying to get her involved early. Run a set for her to get it down low. Try and create a mismatch, get her involved offensively early. Unfortunately, didn't quite come off.
Steph Reed out to Woods. Wide open for the 3 for the first bucket of the night.
Great start for the Townsville Fire. Steph Reed gets her feet in the key way, sucks defense in. Courtney Woods, feet set, three-point line. Great shooter from that range.
She's been in good form too, Courtney Woods, particularly after Kunek went down as Roof fires for a triple. And in fact, it was Brown. Couldn't convert. Woods gets it back again. To Brown, Akuzo. Shot clock ticking down. Reed will need to do something. Blitzarves for the Boomers to Conti. Now to Froling and Hillman out to Blitzarves in the corner. Looking inside to Hillman.
Under duress,
and
finds a way.
Well.
Between the tall timber of the Townsville Fire, Tina Akuso. Hillman finds a way, great composure, muscles back up.
And what's key for the Boomers early, coming to Townsville, their home floor, they're in such great form, a little bit on demand.
See, look, I think for them it's been, what can they get rolling offensively? I think they've been solid, reasonable defensively, but offensively they just haven't found a new, slightly new style with star athlete out. But Townsville Fire, they're really going to try and limit their running game, not let them get hot from the three-point line. As we see, nice defense there. Hillman plays the top side as the Tina Akuso on the block. Oh, looked like too many steps to me, but the referees said no, it wasn't. It was a foul.
She gets the early call, Naz Hillman.
Haven't been a great starting team, the Melbourne Boomers. That'll be a bit of a focus for them. Can they play with a little more high energy early, execute offensively?
Conti, shot from the corner is offline from Blitzarves. Towns will come up with it. Reed. Good pressure applied from Reed of the Boomers. Woods wobbles in.
Finds a way. She plays great two tempos. Woods.
Averaging 17 points per game since Kunek went down with a wrist injury. Courtney Woods.
Melbourne Boomers just playing the perimeter. Dribble handoff action. See Hillman, rim roll, looking for a seal. Blitzarves says, I'm going to take this one. Doesn't drop for her.
Just comes up short. Michaela Roof. Can't find her first triple.
Townsville Fire happy to shoot that early three on transition. Hasn't dropped yet for them, but they're getting open looks.
Froling.
Travel called. Townsville native, Keely Froling. So you're going one-on-one against Michaela Roof. Those two know each other pretty well. Had a couple of seasons together at the UC Capitals.
Two sides just feeling each other out in these opening few minutes.
Steph Reed happy to walk the ball up the floor here, get her team organised. Floor general that she is. Referees letting the athletes know we're going to call it tight tonight. Happy to blow the whistle early.
It's a fire ball. Woods looking for a Kuzo, but Hillman gets in the way to Reed. Bursts away. Charges down the other end. Blitzarves. He's coughed it up, but they get it back. Good hustle.
Tara Reed.
Reed with the finish. Just cleaning things up. Out on the court. 5 points apiece. 6.5 to go in the first quarter.
Melbourne Boomers will be happy with this start.
Townsville to restart play. Steph Reed. A little fumbly, trying to get around Conti.
Kuso sets the big pick. Rim rolls. Backs down against Hillman. A left hook. A little bit too long. Well executed offense though.
Mon Conti. Reed applying the defense. Rolling for an early three. Can't get it to go. Kuzo.
Way off
rebound.
target then. It's Keely Froling. Steph Reed happy to play off this mid-ball screen. Crosses over. Great ball movement, Townsville fire. Woods finds it herself with it.
And turned it over, so it's been a good start to the Boomers. Just settled
Offensive
early.
foul called, it's like. Mon Conti calling the shots for the Melbourne Boomers. Boomers looking to execute all the way through. Coach Chris Lucas coaching from the sidelines. Jimmy's City is comfortable in.
Blitzarves.
After a minute.
Offensive foul. Oh no, it's going Blitzarves' way.
Clearly a focus for her is to put the ball on the floor. Can she get downhill, get herself on the rim? They need her to step up big, find a way to score for her team, get involved offensively. Getting yourself to the free throw line is one way to do that.
76% shooter at the line this season. Such a big acquisition for the Boomers. They've started promisingly here away from home. It's imperative they get off to a good start. Townsville in fine form, 7 in a row at home.
Slaves just going through a routine there. Well, referees took a while to get to the ball. Finds a way to have it roll in. Again, tests her form. Converts.
They take an early 2-point lead, the Boomers. 5.5 to play in this opening quarter. Townsville Entertainment Centre.
Conti with the job on Steph Reed. Negotiates that early ball pick.
To Woods, to Shields in the corner, working the baseline and gets the finish as well.
Effective off the bench.
And we're back to level.
Arm wrestle early. Melbourne Boomers happy to work the clock, play their half-court offense.
Frotling bounces out. Roof brings it down. Kuzo calling for it inside. Tough shot. Bobbles out. Roof, though, gets the foul call. Zahi B into the action for the Fire. first, Michaela Roof, but just do a little bit of a clean-up.
Shooting only 3% from the free throw line on the season to date. Michaela Roof. Good clip. Let's see what the Townsville Fire have defensively off this free throw. Are they going to extend pressure?
Good rebound for Shields. We get another opportunity, the Fire. Reed. Finding a way through, kicks it out to Zahi B in the corner. Not on this occasion. 1 point lead to the Fire. Late stages, first quarter, Blitzarves. To Froling, Conti. Back to Froling, wide open for the three and knocks it down.
Pick and pop action there. Froling stroked that one. Conti finding her.
Roof.
Reed got rid of Conti.
Shove on Conti.
They thought they were playing AFL. Right then.
Woods sees her opportunity, bounces off the room. Froling. To Reed. Gets in on the early action.
Transition three. Help the Boomers tick this clock along. Take an early lead.
It was Hillman, in fact, with that. Not was Reed. My apologies. Shields pops it up, gets it back to Reed. Roof. Zahi B. Long range two and nails it. Conti. Hillman.
Can't find that one. Steph Reed just controlling the tempo.
Shields working against Hillman and gets the call.
Likes that little baseline drive. We saw it early. She got the conversion, the youngster.
Good start to this contest. So we get another look.
Hesitation, stands the defender up. Goes for a second spurt.
And we're heading to a timeout with about 2.5 minutes on the clock. The Boomers 13, leading the Fire 10. This contest between first and fourth on the Cygnett WNBL ladder. Interestingly, even though the Boomers have 3 losses in a row, they'll take confidence out of last season. They were the only team to defeat Townsville twice last season in their run to the championship victory. And this timeout is brought to you by Cygnett, Australia's #1 digital accessories brand. Cygnett continues to power the WNBL, Australian owned and designed. Cygnett is available at JB Hi-Fi, Officeworks and other leading retailers, so visit cygnett.com. Carrie Graf, a good start to this game.
Yeah, look, I mean, Melbourne Boomers would be happy with this start. You consider, you know, the scoreboard probably isn't telling the story of momentum. You'd feel like the Townsville Fire have the momentum, but Melbourne Boomers have a little 3-point lead. Until they're clearly trying to execute offense. Sarah Blitzarves, they tried to go to her early. That wasn't really effective for them. They're trying to run off second and third side of offense, run some staggered screens, some little big screen action. But, you know, they've managed to convert on a couple of ball screen actions. Killy Froling we saw with a little pick and pop action early. Both teams happy to execute their half-court offense. It hasn't been high-octane scoring, pretty low scoring here. You know, you're looking at, you know, probably under 18 points to see out this first quarter, which isn't massive scoring. Certainly Melbourne Boomers will be happy with this start.
Considering Townsville an equal first in average points scored per game, 82.7 to keep them to just 10 so far. Shields gets the first. They'll be certainly pleased with that, and that's probably what they need to do tonight is keep it low scoring, grind it out if they're a chance to create an upset win.
Yeah, absolutely, and we talked about the big outs. You know, Melbourne Boomers without Jordan Canada, the engine room of their team, star point guard. The Townsville Fire without 2 of their stars. Alice Koenig out for quite a while with a wrist injury, and Samuel Wickham out with family leave.
It's Davidson to Froling. Can't finish it off. Reed goes herself. Can't get it to go. Conti bursting down the other end. She's lost it.
Reed with the tempo push right back at him. Little hand back from Akuso.
Woods pulls up for two. Rattles out.
Blitzarves probing. Pulls up on the... Oh, call that an assist to Kelly Froling. She gets blocked.
Boomers holding on to a 1-point lead. Less than 2 to play in the first. Shields.
Again, seeks out that baseline. A little show and go. Referee calls her for a foot violation. Tried to trap the ball. She hit the deck. Defensive wised up. She wants that baseline take.
Get a look at the replay of the block.
Kelly Froling takes a seat. Melbourne Boomers. Melbourne Boomers bench full of former WNBL talent. Their physiotherapist, Galen Mackay, played for a long time in the WNBL through the 80s. Christy Harrower, Opal's great, 4-time Olympian. Played many games in the WNBL and in the WNBA and in Europe as assistant coach.
High caliber indeed as Conti pulls the trigger on the 3. Gonna get it to go. Reed. Zowie B. Infringed.
Conti, the hands foul. We talked about low-scoring affair. Melbourne Boomers are happy to execute their offense. Townsville Fire haven't got out on the break, as they often do. As we see the floor wipers getting a workout.
I've been busy tonight early.
They have in those hot, humid Townsville conditions. Although in the air-conditioned comfort of the venue. Nonetheless, athletes sweat.
Zowie B converts. And the Fire have their noses in front. A minute to play. Reed into the corner for Kalia.
Big three-point specialist off the bench, Kalia. Melbourne Boomers rotating through their bench early.
Dow White into the action for the Fire as well. Shields, Akuso.
Falcon on Panina Davidson.
Good crowd in tonight at the Townsville Entertainment Centre.
Yeah, they love their Townsville Fire. Haven't seen them at home a lot yet this year. That Townsville Fire have played 6 games on the road.
25 days between their home games. They've come out in force tonight, which is great to see. Crowd averages have increased in the WNBL competition this season, which is fantastic to see.
Kuso at the line. Back irons that first one. 83% from the free throw line on the season so far. On those numbers, she should make this one. Rattles it in.
You're an expert for a reason, Carrie Graff.
You'd expect an 83% free throw shooter would swish a few more than that.
Kalia to Hillman. Now to Reed. Back to Hillman, under pressure. Trying to find her way through, gets the call. Akuso not happy.
Hillman, smart, muscles her way in. Tries to back her down. Extracts a foul. Gets herself to the free throw line, Naz Hillman. She's been impressive for the Melbourne Boomers this year. Not so much on Wednesday night. I'm sure she wants to bounce back from that performance. Nothing like a pair of free throws to boost your confidence. tick the scoreboard over.
Two from two. Now a 3-point lead to the Boomers. So Rotano comes in to the action for the Boomers. Woods now for the Fire, ball in hand. McDowell White. Shot clock ticking down. Give it to Zowie B.
Big stop, Melbourne Boomers, to close out the first quarter.
And a confidence-boosting first quarter for the visitors. The Melbourne Boomers take the early advantage. They lead the Townsville Fire 18-15. Plenty of action still to come here in the Cygnett WNBL. We're going to take a short break and be back shortly.
Looking for your pathway in basketball? She Hoops Leadership and Confidence Scholarship can help. We're offering 30 girls from around Australia the opportunity to develop as coaches, players and officials, with mentoring from some of Australia's best basketballers and some of Australia's best coaches in breaking down barriers. If you're a girl aged 15 to 18, then this is for you. This 5-month program will accelerate your development both on and off the court. Interested? Head to shehoops.com.au to apply.
Welcome back to the Townsville Entertainment Centre, and it is the Melbourne Boomers who have started strongly away from home, trying to break Townsville's run of 7 wins in a row, and they take an early lead 18-15 at quarter time. Jess Webster and Carrie Graff with you to break down the first quarter. Carrie, what have you noticed?
Yeah, look, I think Melbourne will be happy with that. They've clearly, they want this to be a half-court game, grind out the half-court offence, which they've done effectively. Naz Hillman sort of led the way for them. And they're doing a solid job to hold Townsville Fire to 15.5. Having said that, Townsville Fire without 2 stars in Alice Koenig and Sammy Wickham, which are 2 massive outs for them. But similarly, Melbourne Boomers are out without their star point guard, Jordan Canada, who's been out for 3 games with concussion. So you'd say they're levellers, and Melbourne Boomers are trying to respond from they're on a 3-game losing skid. Could they do it against a top-place team? This would be massive for them, but certainly happy with their start.
So certainly with a couple of big stars missing from either team, a chance for others to step up, and Courtney Woods up to 5 points for the Fire. Shields and Zowie B 4 each, and for the Boomers in that first quarter, Hillman led the way with 7, and Reed, Froling and Kalia chipping in with 3 each as we get the second underway. Here's Steph Reed swinging it across to Brown. Now out to Shields, steps back for the 3. It's off the rim, and Melbourne ball.
Good execution. Young Shields happy to, a nice little step back 3, went long for her, but we've seen her on a couple of aggressive baseline drives. We see Steph Reed put the heat on Monconti.
Gonna love this, watching this battle tonight. Steph Reed against Monconti. It's Hillman out to Conti from long range. Can't get it to go.
Car Park Conti might be her new nickname. She likes that deep range 3.
Here's Akuzo.
Great back cut.
Brown gets the contact.
Townsville Fire, a very good cutting team. Use their counter-attacks if they're being denied and overplayed. They aggressively back cut. The post players recognise that. Good feeders. I'm sure they drill this at practice. Rotation defensively, just a touch late for the Melbourne Boomers. Brown gets herself to the free throw line. Clunks the first.
One rattles out. Conti. Hillman. Blitzarves. Townsville applying the pressure and off the
Violation. Roof preventing that pass in, applying pressure so that Blitzarves couldn't get the feed into Naz Hillman, who's led the way for the Melbourne Boomers. Efficient interior finisher.
Conti again battling with Reed. Reed comes up with it, wins that little one-on-one. Roof, long pass to Shields. Back to Roof. To Brown for a triple. It's offline. Conti to Blitzarves, working on Brown, swinging out.
Townsville Fire struggling from three-point range at the moment, 1 of 8 for a lowly 12%.
Kalia somehow got it out to Davidson, to Hillman, back to Kalia, long range two. Can't get it to go. Blitzarves wins the O board though. Back to Conti. Finds a way through, out to Davidson. Again, a miss. They hustle for it back though. Blitzarves, they go again. Kalia, there's time for 3. Again, can't get it to go. They'll get another opportunity. And what's the referee's call going to be here?
3 of 9 from three-point range for the Melbourne Boomers. Kalia, three-point specialist off the bench. Can't get that one to go. Again, the court wipers getting a workout.
The Boomers ball.
Sponsors loving that when their decal gets a wipe over.
Has been busy.
See Amy Rocci get to hit the floor. Perhaps there's something going on with her.
Given the all clear.
In fact, Amy Rocci's not listed on the sheet. Perhaps she's not playing tonight. An illness or injury that we're unaware of.
Blitzarves wide open for the triple. Again, another miss and jump ball. So the Boomers just with the 4 on the bench tonight.
Wow, it's low scoring affair this second quarter. Neither team.
The floor wipers
One
earning their
score
money
yet.
tonight. Okay, the Roof chipping in.
Referees getting in on the action as well. Let's see what Melbourne Boomers have on this baseline out of bounds play. Something for Hillman, perhaps.
Yep. Again, Froling. Blitzarves. Still a Melbourne ball. Hillman to Conti. Now to Blitzarves. Get it back and Reed can't finish. Get another go, but it's double dribble.
Don't see that often in the WNBL. A double dribble call. Again, low scoring affair. Neither team managing a basket or a score in this second quarter. 2.5 minutes in.
Shields. Home crowd trying to get involved here. Reed. Woods. Akuzo. Tough shot. Gets it in one.
Loves that left shoulder. Akuso takes it to the middle. Wheels and deals. Big finish. First score for either team in this second quarter. As you see, just back her man down. Kelly Froling standing up.
Completes the play. Okuzo averaging the 12 points per game, 83% at the line as well so far this season for the Fire. And scores a level.
And the Boomers again having to grind out their half-court offense. Okuzo pinged for the foul. It's her second. Coach Chris Lucas taking some time to chat to Kelly Froling. Perhaps about what he wants her to do defensively. See the replay, big hit. Okuzo.
So an intriguing start to this contest. The Boomers by 3 at quarter time. They'll be happy to take the early advantage, but it's been a tight arm wrestle. Both these teams missing a couple of key players.
Yeah, it certainly changes the complexion of the game. We've got the individual scoring prowess of the players that are out, particularly Whitcomb for the Townsville Fire and Jordan Canada for the Melbourne Boomers, we've talked about, still out with concussion.
Reed in the corner. Big triple from Froling. Steph Reed. Shields Okuzo out to Woods. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Can't get it to go. Boomers ball as Conti sprints down the other end.
Townsville just struggling from three-point range. 1 of 9. Under 10%. Uncharacteristic, but when you take out shooters like Whitcomb, take out shooters like Kunik, changes those percentages. You know, credit to Melbourne, they're playing their individual scouts well. Shooters haven't been wide open, but as Reed puts it on the deck, she can't convert. Big rebound, Naz Hillman.
Off to Blitzarves.
Hillman liking what she's got down low, but Blitzarves launches it from deep.
Can't get it to go. Steph Reed for the Fire. Boomers with a 2-point advantage to Brown. Shares it with Shields to Okuzo. Reed. Conti applying the pressure. Shot clock down to 5. Roof.
Has to let it fly, low clock, good defense. Melbourne Boomers, intensity went up. They were long showing, verging on, trapping on that ball screen action then. Getting aggressive. Coach will be happy with that.
And we're heading to a timeout with the Boomers holding a 2-point lead. And this timeout is brought to you by CTM Sport. CTM Sport is here to transform your team's travel experience. Leave the hassle of off-court arrangements to CTM Sport, the experts in sport travel management. Get the winning edge at ctmsport.com.au. So it's certainly been an arm wrestle, a low-scoring affair at the moment. Carrie, when you've got stars missing from both sides, how much does that change your game style, or do you still apply the same strategy and just are looking for players to step up in those roles?
A little bit dependent on how long players are out for. If you know, for this, in Townsville's instance, they know Kunik's out for multiple weeks with wrist surgery. You know, Sammy Whitcomb's a different one. It's a one-off, it's family leave. You know, you stick to your system. There might be a different focus in terms of who we're trying to get to score off what actions offensively. You know, defensively, you've probably got to up the ante a bit and really focus on the defensive end when you've got less scoring punch in your lineup. But, you know, then the reliance becomes on some of your other star players. Steph Reed's got to step up and play more of a scoring role for Townsville Fire tonight. They've got to really try and involve her in some of that ball screen action and get her involved in the scoring. For Townsville, they're just struggling from the three-point line. 1 of 9 for 11% from three-point land. You know, maybe they need to get the ball inside a little more. Having said that, they've hit open threes. The numbers should swing their way.
There's Blitzarves to Reed. Now to Conti. Working the perimeter.
Blocking foul. Steph Reed.
Loving this battle.
It's a great one, isn't it? First personal, There's no concerns for her with foul trouble.
Just quickly out of the Melbourne camp on Amy Rocci. Developed knee soreness on the trip yesterday and is a late out.
That hurts Melbourne, another guard, veteran of the WNBL. It can impact them, but right now they're doing okay as Keely Froling strokes the long two. Stepping up tonight, Keely Froling for her team. Takes her tally to 7.
Knows the area well.
Boards. Grew up in Townsville. Basketballing parents. Both played in the WNBL and NBL respectively. Her brothers play in the NBL. Her twin sister for Bendigo in the WNBL.
Such a prominent basketball family as we see Melbourne turn it over.
The basketball family seeing shot there. Sarah Blitzarves. Both her parents played in the NBL and WNBL. Both parents represented the Boomers and the Opals.
You love seeing those generations coming through the WNBL. So 4-point lead to the Boomers, less than 5 to go in the second. They'll be really pleased with this start, trying to arrest a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, they've been aggressive defensively, locked up.
And what do you think the mindset is amongst the players at the moment? You're travelling away from home, you've got a few out, you're taking on the best team in the competition. As Reid fires for 3, and that has set the home crowd alight.
Massive 3 for Steph Reid, just when her team needed it. Look, Melbourne Boomers would know they've got a shot with this one too. They know, yes, Townsville's record's great, but they've got key players out, and they've got nothing to lose.
Well, that's it. Sometimes when your backs are against the wall, you actually rise to the occasion. So we see Reid adding another bucket.
Reid finds herself a cheapie. Steph Reid getting involved now. Downhill off the dribble, can't get that little floater to go.
Conti. Came off Reid. So Boomers will maintain possession. Swan Conti, superstar FLW player, the league's MVP winner this year, and fresh off a 6th club best and fairest as well. One of the best dual sports stars we have in Australian sport at the moment. Here's Hillman out to Froling, who's offline. Shields.
Steph Reid back in some ball screen action here. Up top, Zoe B clears out for her.
Shields.
With a little show and go. It's somewhat of a signature for this kid. Gets herself to the free throw line.
Still only a teenager, Saffron Shields, standing at 6'2".
She's got nice length, nice quicks.
Of course, coming through the Basketball Australia Centre of Excellence program. A member of our under-19 national team as well. Such a bright young talent. Wipers out. It's been a lot of rain up in far North Queensland, and we certainly extend our thoughts to the people of North Queensland, particularly around Cairns, for what they're going through at the moment. But a bit of humidity around, just meaning there's a bit of moisture out there on the court tonight.
This one's an old school grind. We're going to struggle to get over 65 points for either team at this rate. Half-court grind out, using clock. We see a little zone, 2-3 zone action from the Townsville Fire off the back of those free throws. Active 2-3.
Reid, Davidson.
Big block.
Zowie B. Now to Roof. Zowie B back to Roof. Zowie B to Reid. Trying to find a way through. Steph Reed offline. Brown with a putback.
Big putback. Crumb points for Brown. Doesn't matter how you get him. Coach Chris Lucas calling a timeout early, having a chat to the referees. Not happy with the call. He knows these referees well. Coach for 5 or 6 seasons in Townsville. Second home for Chris Lucas.
So an intriguing battle this is as we head to a timeout in the second quarter. 2 minutes 39 on the clock. And this timeout is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, proudly supporting community basketball in Australia. Carrie Graff, our resident expert here. What do you make of this contest so far? We mentioned it's low scoring, it's an arm wrestle. Players missing. It's not the prettiest basketball going around, but I guess if you're the Boomers, you'll be happy with it being close and in tight. And what do you think that the messages in the Fire camp are going to be at the moment?
Yeah, look, for them, it's stay with their systems. I think we're seeing them a bit more focused on Steph Reed, that rather than running ball screens, they're just trying to spread it out and allow her some room to get downhill and be creative for her team. They need her to get involved in the scoring. Shields has been impressive, the young kid there, putting the ball on the deck on show and goes. As you say, it's definitely not pretty basketball, but sometimes it doesn't have to be. It's, a W does, in the win-loss column, there isn't pretty or unpretty. There's just W or L. I think this one's going to be an arm wrestle all the way. It's very much a half-court grind. Both teams low on their rosters have been a little bit decimated with injury. With Melbourne Boomers, no Jordan Canada, their star, no Amy Rochi. They've only got 9 on the 4 players on the bench, 9 players in total. Townsville Fire, we've talked about, no Sammy Whitcomb, their superstar, no Alex Koenig. So, in some ways, it's a battle of the benches.
Here's Kaliata Davidson. Tara Reid. Over the head of Blitzarves. Into the crowd. Great crowd in tonight at the Townsville Entertainment Centre.
Yeah, they love their Fire in Townsville. They've got the cowbells out. They're sporting their orange.
Not as many Santa hats I can't see as opposed to over in Perth earlier today.
Big post seal, Zowie B on the rim. Roof just couldn't find the target.
Zowie B in her 4th WNBL game. Came to Australia a few weeks ago. Never been here before. Didn't know much about Australia.
Still getting a feel for the league. It takes a little while to settle in and understand how the referees call it in Australia, understand the style and tempo. Good little inside-outside action for Melbourne Boomers. Rolling with the 3. Big.
So the Boomers, a nice 3-point lead. They've had their noses in front for most of this contest. Steph Reed out to Shields. Brown again with a nice rebound and the finish.
And impressive on the O boards. Brown come up with some junk points that tick the clock, the scoreboard along for your team through effort plays.
Scores a level, 1.5 minutes to go in this first half. Blitzarves across to Ratunno.
Wow.
Joins the action with a triple.
Melbourne Boomers lighting it up from 3-point range.
19-year-old from the Gold Coast. How about that? Steph Reed can't convert. Naz Hillman to the youngster Ratunno. They share it around Kalia.
Feeling the heat from Steph Reed.
Hillman finds her way through. Beautifully done.
They need her doing that.
Final minute of play. Reed looking inside. Zowie B. Tough shot and gets the call as well.
Melbourne Boomers had the rotation on time. Wasn't aggressive though, just stood up straight, made it too easy for Zowie B. Gets the finish. And gets the foul for the N1.
%81 shooting at the free throw line so far this season. He's played in some of the best leagues in the world, pretty much her whole career. Very well travelled. Now finds herself down under. 2 points away, the Boomers.
Boomers will be happy to grind clock here, execute their offense to get a decent look. Good pressure, Townsville fire, although a little too much pressure. Foul on McDowell White. A little exuberant defensively. Finds herself with a foul.
Kalia against Steph Reed. Kalia finds her way to the basket, can't get the finish, but it will remain a Boomers ball. 4.4 seconds on the clock.
What have Melbourne Boomers got on this base out of bounds? They would have practiced this. Little hand-back play for Sarah Blitzarfs, well defended.
Just had 2
by the
seconds on
youngster.
the shot clock to work with. I think it's out of bounds from the Boomers, so
Boomers now with the ball on the side.
yes, it is a Boomers ball.
Imagine they're getting something at the rim here. Good deflection from the youngster, used her length to kill that side out of bounds play.
So that'll end the first half here at the Townsville Entertainment Centre, and the Boomers, away from home, are taking a 2-point lead into halftime. They're led by 3 at quarter time in what's been an arm wrestle of a contest. It's been the prettiest of basketball, but it's low scoring. And a good battle so far. The Fire on a 7-game winning streak. The Boomers on a 3-game losing streak, hoping to turn the tables tonight up there in far north Queensland. So after a half of basketball, Carrie Graff, as we take a look at some of the highlights of the first half. We said it's taken a while for us to get impressive for a teenager, and Woods as well has been really important to the side in the absence of Kunek, and for the Boomers, Hillman up to 9. Falling is so important to them, and Reed also chipping in with 5. But it's good to see some of the players getting, bench players getting some valuable minutes, but more importantly contributing.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that was going to be the case with the outs for both teams, with, you know, smacked by injury and some personal leave. Both teams down on numbers and personnel. That's impacting this one, and we're seeing what we're seeing here is a low-scoring affair, a grind out, half-court grind with teams without major stars. But nevertheless, it can be entertaining come down the stretch.
So 2 of the contending teams of the Cygnett WNBL going head-to-head tonight. A tight contest at half-time, a massive second half to come. We're going to take a break. Stay with us because we've got plenty of basketball to come after this.
Women are powering forward and changing the game on and off the court. Together, Basketball Australia and the Australian Sports Commission are powering women in basketball. We are amplifying the voices, skills and spirit of women in the game. From the backboards to the boardrooms, we're breaking barriers, shattering stereotypes and empowering the next generation of female athletes and leaders. Get involved and together we can create a future where every girl's hoop dreams are within reach.
There are things we can't see, like the air that we breathe. There's a power in me, you'll see.
He's done it!
For our homegrown superstars, this is the one that matters most. The Aussies are ready to unleash on 9 Summer of Awesome. Get ready for a new, hard-racing game changer. Woodbridge
What is the longest river in South America?
The Amazon River?
Correct.
pushes Australia's most addictive game show over the edge.
Wow. Let's go!
And in an all-new endgame,
One counter for a shot at $40,000.
the more you risk,
2 counters, $20,000. I'll also throw in a holiday.
the more you win.
If you don't get that jackpot, you'll leave here with nothing.
Brand new Tipping Point Australia starts Monday, Jan 29 on 9.
Ford dealers have backed sport in communities for nearly 100 years. And now, from the Boomers and Opals to Aussie Hoops, your local Ford dealer is proud to support basketball. Because all dreams start somewhere.
Troy Card rolling to the bucket. The foul call from George.
Nicholson makes a move. What a play! Mansfield with the hot hand goes up against Callie Wilson. Clutch play from Lauren Mansfield. Fowler gets up ahead and gets the out one to go.
Now Wood Mitchell tosses it up and in. What a finish from Layla. The past 6 seasons in the WNBL, have we seen Sammy Wickham, despite the best efforts of the defence, still find a way to put it through the hoop.
Efficiency is something that I try to pride myself on. We have some really great players on this team. Being efficient with the opportunities I get is going to be really, really important. That's kind of what's kept me going over the years, just that hunger and that desire to keep getting better.
Townsville are WNBL champions.
I think at my age and at this stage of my career, it would be really incredible and really special. I think, like I said, I really wanted to do that in Perth and just wasn't able to, wasn't fortunate enough to get a chance to do that. But I know that they've obviously experienced that, so I really want to be part of a team that could go back to back. Would be super special. And as I said, just because of the longevity of my career and where I'm at, I think it would mean a whole lot to me to do it, you know, at 35.
Hi, my name's Christy. I'm Jordan. We're here with Fletcher and Sia, and we're here for the Forward Aussie Hoops program. Take the ball. That one's... That one's a good one. She was eyeing that one for a long time. Good thing about the sport basketball.
That you can shoot.
That you can shoot? Okay. We got a shooter here. All right, yeah. What's your favorite shot?
Layup.
A layup? When you grow up.
I want to be a doctor.
A doctor?
Yeah.
What kind of doctor?
Brain surgery and heart surgery.
Brain and heart surgery?
Uh-huh.
Favorite basketball movie?
Space Jam.
Space Jam? Okay. Space Jam is a classic. All right, Sia, you got to end on a layup, Sia. Let's see it again. There you go. There it is. There we go. Guys. Good job, Sia. Good job, Sia. All right, Wally.
Summer of Awesome fires up with the action-packed United Cup.
Oh yes, sensational.
Australia takes on the world in a global showdown.
Demon delivers for Australia.
Then, the big one, the 2024 Australian Open.
You won't see better tennis than this all summer.
Our Aussies are ready to unleash the United Cup, live and free on 9 and 9 Now. It's the magical family spectacular that lights up Christmas Eve. Sing along with Callum Scott, Mitch Tambo, and all your favourite entertainers. And special performances from the stars of the world's biggest musicals.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
David Campbell and Brooke Boney present
Vision Australia's Carols by Candlelight, Christmas Eve at 8 on 9.
Women are powering forward and changing the game on and off the court. Together, Basketbol Australia and the Australian Sports Commission are powering women in basketball. We are amplifying the voices, skills and spirit of women in the game. From the backboards to the boardrooms, we're breaking barriers, shattering stereotypes and empowering the next generation of female athletes and leaders. Get involved and together we can create a future where every girl's hoop dreams are within reach.
Tonight and really play a role for their side. Both teams missing a couple of stars, and it's been an arm wrestle. It hasn't been the prettiest basketball, but it's a close contest, and we've got a big second half to come.
Yeah, that we do. It's, you know, pretty physical defensively. Both teams applying some pretty intense half-court man-to-man defense. Both teams looking to grind out their half-court offense, in particular the Melbourne Boomers. Look, they'd be more than happy with this little 2-point lead, but we know 2 points can dry up just like that. We're in for a tight one.
Absolutely, as we get the third underway. And the Fire have turned it over. Make sure you have downloaded the WNBL app. We certainly don't want you to miss a minute of the action this season. So for live scores, highlights, player and team info and more, make sure you download that app, which is free for you to download thanks to the WNBL. as Hillman starts off the second half. And they're looking like they're playing with a bit of confidence at the moment, the Boomers.
Yeah, they are. They're involved. They've clearly wanted to go at Hillman early in that set. They would have drawn that up. Coming out of the half, gets herself to the free throw line for an and one. Who's going to step up for either of these teams? First place, Townsville Fire, minus a couple of stars in Sammy Whitcomb and Alice Koenig. Melbourne Boomers similarly without a star point guard, Jordan Canada, who should be back next week after concussion. And also without Amy Rochi, veteran point guard for them. Both teams light on.
As well.
Yeah, Christy Wallace hasn't seen the court yet for the Melbourne Boomers. They don't anticipate that'll come until January, so she's a big add for them. And they've had a great start to the season, obviously on a little 3-game losing skid off the back of the concussion injury to the star Jordan Canada, but they're turning that one around in this contest against an undermanned Townsville Fire as well. First versus third in the WNBL.
If they can maintain that spot in the top 4 with those players coming back in the second half of the season, they can have a real run at it. The Boomers.
Townsville Fire looking to play the second side of their offense. Get down low to Akuso. Double team comes from Melbourne Boomers.
Woods puts the shot up and gets the finish.
Someone who the Townsville Fire need to step up. Can she get involved? She's a great finisher off the dribble. Plays in 2 tempos.
7 points tonight for Courtney Woods and has averaged 17 a game since Alice Koenig went down. That'll be a Melbourne ball. Here's Courtney Woods. So much depth in this Townsville lineup.
Yeah, she's been great for him off the bench. Obviously getting to start with Koenig out. It's a different role for her, but she's been impressive prior to this one.
Hillman fires for 3.
For the Melbourne Boomers, just what they need.
Game high lead now of 6 points.
Aggressive, trapping that ball screen action with Steph Reed. It leaves Roof wide open in the corner. Can't convert with the 3-point shot.
Froling to Conti. As Reed for company, gets around it. Actually bounce pass and now ends up with blitzers.
Massive expected timeout coming pretty soon from Coach Shannon Seabaum.
What a hot
Melbourne
start
Boomers out to 9. 9-point lead. He's not going to pull it. Not going to call a timeout here. He's going to let his players arrest this momentum.
2 big triples to start this third quarter.
Melbourne Boomers shooting a reasonable clip, a very good clip in fact, over 40% from 3-point range tonight. Townsville Fire on the other hand, struggling, 2 of 12 at 16%. It's a bit of a difference.
How much does that creep into the minds of the players, do you think, if they're not finding their range? Do you think they'll go into their shell, or?
The best shooters don't. They figure if you've missed 3, you're probably going to make the next 3. But it can, you know, like other sports, you can get the yips a little bit, but best shooters don't. They know the numbers will come their way if they've done the work and they've got a technique. As Froling.
Speaking about good shooters.
Bigger rolls one in front of the rim. Biggest margin of the game for the Melbourne Boomers. 9-point lead, massive for them.
Woods off to Reed. To Roof. And under pressure, Brown draws the contact.
She's worked hard for them, getting on the offensive boards. Hasn't been open for a 3-point shot. She's a specialist shooter, but she's come up with some hard-earned points off offensive rebounds. She did there, finds her way. She's been well denied. Goes early on the offensive board, gets inside the block out. Aggressive, hard work player.
Playing in the WNBL has been a goal of the Canadian 31-year-old. She's had an impressive international career and played in 15 countries. Now add Australia to the list.
Aggressive, trapping in the low block from the Townsville Fire defense. Blitzers.
offline on that occasion.
So, what good use of your head. Keely Froling, I think it may have been. Have a little chuckle, Hillman and Froling. Where's the ball? Can't see it.
Here's Mon Conti to Blitzarves. Looking for Hillman. Found a way through somehow.
Just muscles it up. This is more of what we've seen earlier in the season from Hillman. Finds a way to finish inside under duress. Ticks her score along.
And the lead continues to grow for the Boomers. Now up to double figures. Offensive foul called.
Third personal for Akuso. That could be costly for the Townsville Fire. Seaball may sit her. As we see Hillman take a break. The Melbourne Boomers, the floor wipers again, getting a workout. They're earning their T-shirts tonight. Akuso sits down with her third, as anticipated.
Still 28 degrees up there at the moment in Townsville. High humidity as well. It feels like temperature of 33. It's quite warm. Conti.
Car park Conti!
Oh, what a shot! Mon Conti, and this from the Melbourne Boomers to start this third quarter has been impressive as we head to a timeout. The lead was 2 points at halftime, and they've come out with a bang in this third quarter. Now 13 points the lead, and this timeout is brought to you by the WNBL. Massive news during the week. The first time ever, all games are now going to be shown on the WNBA app and the League Pass. So a massive international audience for our WNBL competition. For our international viewers, those outside Australia and New Zealand, make sure you've downloaded the WNBA app. And of course, if you are in Australia and New Zealand, your home of the WNBL is on the WNBL app and 9 Now. What a quarter this has been for the Boomers, Carrie.
Massive, you know, interestingly, it took this 13-point deficit for Shannon Seabold to call a timeout. I thought he might have pulled it sooner. His team went 7 down, then 9 down, but he wants to talk it over. Let's see if he can, you know, they come out and change their defense. Does he run something specific offensively to get someone the ball? Does he involve Steph Reed? Does he involve Courtney Woods? Let's see what they do out of this timeout. Try to stop the momentum here. Maybe they go a bit of zone. Maybe they go switching. Let's see what they got. But they got to do something.
Now, home court fans trying to get involved. The last game before Christmas. Their first home game in 25 days. They're going to have to come from behind if they want to continue their winning streak. The Townsville Fire, the defending champs.
I hope they've gone to Woods.
Finds a way through.
Referee's called the charge.
Won't count.
Executed what the coach was after. They wanted Woods to make something happen. She tried to. Didn't go away. Well defended by the Melbourne Boomers. Massive stop for them. She'll sit with her 4th personal.
So a few questions being asked of the Fire now is Reed applying the pressure on Conti to Davidson. Works out for them.
Davidson with point guard skills. Straight down the gut. Finger rolls it in.
Had to earn that one.
15-point lead now for the Melbourne Boomers. Third quarter.
Reed to Roof, who can't convert but gets the O board.
Wow, nice back cut, nice feed. Roof just had too much on it. Cut at pace, shot it at pace. Townsville Fire just struggling from the 3-point line still. 2 of 12, 16%. Boomers, on the other hand, 8 of 19 for 42%. They've tidied up their turnovers as well, the Melbourne Boomers. It's given them this 15-point margin.
Shields from the corner. It's been 15 points to, no, I lie, 18 points to 5 this quarter, the Boomers' way. Conti again there from long range, off the rim.
Front rim, that one. Long rebound off those 3-point misses. The Melbourne Boomers come up with a second bite at it.
Win it back to Fire. Reed comes in and fouls. Saying, what did I do? 5 minutes to go in the third. Melbourne have made their move in this quarter. Time for the Fire to respond.
Conti now.
Kayla Roof sets up Zowie B. Much needed bucket.
That's high-low action there from the Townsville Fire.
Tara Reid.
Rolling with the trail 3-point. Massive.
They've really lifted from beyond the arc, the Boomers. Starting to fall, and it's worrying signs for the Fire.
Roof had normally launched that one, didn't want to take it. Maybe that's talked about their struggling 3-point range from 3-point range tonight as Steph Reid can't buy one. Well defended by the Melbourne Boomers.
It's another stop. Froling gets the call.
Melbourne Boomers pushing tempo now. Massive 16-point lead. As you say, Jess had a 2-point. It's just a 2-point ball game at halftime. This third quarter's been all Melbourne Boomers, all purple.
It seems like the Boomers are the ones who have the energy at the moment. You can see their body language.
Yeah, when you've got momentum, it's easy to be up and bouncy. Townsville Fire looking a little dejected. We've talked about both teams with massive outs. Townsville without Sammy Wickham, without Alice Koenig. On a 7-game win streak. The Melbourne Boomers, on the other hand, have been on a 3-game skid without Jordan Canada. No Amy Rochi tonight, but right now in this third quarter, they're putting on a performance.
Dow White into the action for the Fire. Kayla Roof, Shields. Back to McDowell White. Turned it over. Home crowd not happy.
Blocking foul on that screen action. Referees deemed Zowie B and Akuso have both been pinged with ball screen action fouls. Yeah, put the hip out, took out the guard. Good call, referee. Akuso sitting with foul trouble. Courtney Woods with 4, Akuso with 3, Brown with 3. The Boomers, Killy Froling with 3. Pretty safe foul count.
There is the foul trouble on the screen for the two sides. Less than 4 minutes to go in the third quarter at the Townsville Entertainment Centre.
It's hard for the home crowd to get involved when your team's shooting as poorly as the Townsville Fire are tonight. It's not a lot to get involved in. 34% from the field, 15% from 3-point range. Tara Reid converts. Up to 18 for the Melbourne Boomers, massive margin.
Michaela Roof, the Fire need this. Can't get it to go. Zowie B also can't find the finish.
Panina Davidson again liking her point guard. Showing off her point guard skills. Quick ball movement, back into Hillman. Well executed, Melbourne Boomers.
And the lead continues to grow, 20 points. A massive third quarter from the visitors. McDowell White, Zowie B, can't take her opportunity. Boomers back the other way. Kalia inside for Davidson.
foul called. Melbourne Boomers full of energy now. Going to push tempo, defensive rebounds and stops. Yeah, clearly a foul. Zoe B. Her third personal, perhaps.
Hasn't been shooting too well at the line this season. Davidson, just 26%, but now those two.
Wow, what a margin. 22. Can't see the way Townsville Fire are playing. They're going to get back in this one, but stranger things have happened. Melbourne Boomers now in a 2-3 zone. They shake it loose through Monconti.
Everything's going the way of the Boomers at the moment. Just as I say that, no, it has come off Townsville, so they will maintain possession. Just not sure we saw this coming, Carrie.
I called arm wrestle all the way. Yeah. Low scoring affair around the 60-65. Melbourne Boomers have changed all that. They're going to have 65 by the end of the third quarter. And maybe on track for 80 plus.
And, the setup play didn't quite come off.
Davidson, front of the rim with a little floater. Couldn't get it to go.
Steph Reed, what has she got?
Melbourne Boomers, energised defence, back in their man-to-man.
Zoe B, McDowell White, can she sink a triple? She can't. Monty with the rebound.
Monty through the middle of the pack.
Seen that before, just perhaps in a different sport. Reed.
Davidson seals her man on the rim.
Has to be strong and gets the finish.
Just backs down Roof. Melbourne full of confidence.
24 points. McDowell White.
Can Steph Reed get involved for her team?
Shot clock ticking down. How's the defense from the Melbourne Boomers? They've fouled.
Conti with the tackle. Her third personal foul. She'll take a seat. Coach Chris Lucas, make sure he's got her. Should there be a big momentum shift? Which we wouldn't anticipate right now, but anything can happen. Reed's eyes light up.
We beat.
Aggressive defense.
McDowell White pulls the trigger. It's offline.
Shooting woes continue from the three-point line for the Townsville Fire. Still lowly 12%.
Davidson to Hillman to the final minute. Returno knocked away from her. Boomers ball. Down to Kalia. Has to put a shot up and
can't find it. And Townsville make something on the break happen.
Shields, what's she got? Gets the call.
She's got a slap down from Davidson. She'll go to the free throw line. Can she get him a basket?
Looking for a new personal best. Points. Scored 6 points against Southside.
Townsville Fire only scored 7 points in this third quarter.
7 points to 29.
Shot from the youngster. Nice technique. Gets a swish.
Two from two. The young teenage sensation. Oh, McDowell White with the turnover and the finish.
Crowd can get excited about that. Could this be a little momentum swing? Three-quarter time will come perfectly for the Melbourne Boomers. Halt the momentum. It's just been sparked. Skip pass to the corner. Reed can't get it to drop.
Shields. One last chance for the Fire. To try and ignite themselves here. Shot clock ticking down. Shields has to fire and nails it! The teenage sensation from the corner. Maybe that is the spark the Townsville Fire needed on the three-quarter time buzzer. Three-quarter time, it is the Melbourne Boomers. They still have a strong lead, 61-44, but that probably Carrie Graff, the highlight of the evening so far.
Certainly for the Townsville Fire. Good stroke from the youngster. Like you say, mini momentum swing going into this fourth quarter time break. With just what Melbourne Boomers call for, but they're still comfortably 17 points up. Let's see what the Townsville Fire can construct to open the fourth quarter.
So take a look at some of the highlights so far, and as we've mentioned, Melbourne by 3 points at quarter time, 2 points at half time, and chalk and cheese when it comes to the way this match has been played. An arm wrestle, low-scoring affair in the first half. Melbourne Boomers came out and just went bang. They scored 29 points to 14 in that third quarter. Got out to a very big lead, and a late mini charge there from the Fire. Just kept things interesting at three-quarter time, but it's been impressive from the Boomers.
It has. What a third quarter for them. I mean, who would have called it, anticipated it, but you know, they got energised. And the difference is they made shots. You know, Townsville Fire just can't buy a basket. They certainly from the perimeter can't hit. As we see the stats there, a lowly 17%. You know, we saw Shields just nail one to lift that percentage up from about 12 to 17. Really struggling to score from the 33% from the field. That's just killing them. You know, the rest of the stats are reasonably even. Melbourne Boomers, though, cranked up their defensive intensity, got a few fast break buckets, and they're shooting good clip. 42%, 41 from three-point range. That's the story of the game.
So sitting comfortably at three-quarter time are the Melbourne Boomers trying to stop a three-game losing streak and end the Fire seven-game winning streak, as we see some of the top scorers. And Saffron Shields, 17 years old, from Newcastle, leading the way with 11 for the Fire. For the Boomers, Hillman's going wonderfully with 19 points. Keely Froling has just stepped up when you need her to step up. As we get the final underway.
Yeah, certainly for Townsville, Steph Reed, Courtney Woods, Michaela Roof, they need to step up for their team. They've got to make something happen offensively. As we see Tara Reid get on the rim, get downhill baseline. Keep the momentum, shift that momentum back to the Boomers. Courtney Woods is going to attack. Well defended by Hillman.
Reid trying to keep it alive to Brown. Shot clock down to 5. What can Reid do? Finds her way to the basket.
Just what the doctor ordered in Townsville. They need her to step up. She's got to get downhill, get some scores going, sucker some defense, create some assists. But those three core members of their starting group need to really step it up if the Townsville Fire to get back into this contest. First playing third. Melbourne Boomers on a 3-game losing skid. Townsville Fire on a 7-0 run.
Couple of bites at it. The Boomers can't find the bottom of the net. And here's Reid. To Roof. And now the youngster, Shields, way offline.
Airballs that one left after that massive momentum swinger to end the third quarter.
Monconti.
Great feed. A little scoop pass over the top. Monconti finds the cutting Hillman. They would have found some offensive form without their star point guard, Jordan Canada. As we see Conti put the Jets on. A little scoop pass. Well executed.
If they hang on to win here, the Boomers, how much confidence do you think a victory like this against the ladder leaders and defending champs will give them?
Yeah, massive for Melbourne. You know, they've struggled As we've talked about, without Jordan Canada, they've found their way tonight. You know, they add her back in. They had such a great start to the season, but that's the quality of the WNBL. You can go on a little skid, you can go on a little run. Anyone can beat anyone. You know, the latter positions at time in the contest aren't really indicative of what might happen in the game.
Monconti pulls up for 2. Can't get it to go. Woods with a rebound. 20 points the margin. And gets the contact as well.
You'd expect Woods, as we mentioned, she needs to step up and score if they're to chip away at this margin at all. She needs to step up. Reed needs to find a way to score.
Just the 9 points for Courtney Woods so far tonight. 4 rebounds.
Elite free throw shooter, 96% on the season. Swish.
Eight minutes to play. Final match of the final round before the Christmas break. Monconti.
Melbourne now happy to execute, choose some time off the clock. Let Townsville defend.
Shot clock is ticking down, so Tara Reid.
Second chance.
And does it count? No.
Waved it off. Shot clock violation. Still with a healthy 17-point margin, the Melbourne Boomers off the back of that scintillating third quarter.
So it was 17 points of difference at three-quarter times. They haven't managed to eat into this deficit so far, the Fire. 7.5 to play. Courtney Woods. Out to Shields, and now Brown wide open in the corner, had too much on it.
Story of the night for the Townsville Fire. Everything offline from the three-point range. Missing left, missing right, missing long, missing short.
Here's a chance. Woods with the steal. Can she get the finish? She can.
Crowd will jump on their back if they can get a mini run going here. Melbourne again will chew clock. They've got to not try and protect the lead. They've still got to stay aggressive.
Oh, Shields ran straight into Conti.
On Conti's fourth. She'll take a seat for a minute, perhaps. I'll need her at the end of the game if this one gets closer. Not happy about it. Momentum timeout.
So we're heading to a timeout, and this timeout is brought to you by Ford Aussie Hoops, the perfect introduction to the world of basketball for kids aged 5 to 10 years. Basketball Australia are launching the Ford Aussie Hoops Award for 2023. To find out more, visit aussiehoops.basketball to register. So 7 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock, and 66 to 51 is the score, the Boomers' way. Where do you think the messages will be in the Boomers' camp, Carrie Graff?
I think for them it'll be maintain their defensive intensity. They don't want to. They can't go negative offensively. They'll be about, yes, the clock is our friend, but not at the expense of not getting decent shots at the end of it. They don't want to be running offense for offensive sake. They still need to be attacking, but maintain their defensive focus. I mean, they've held the Fire to 51. They know the Fire aren't shooting the three ball well. They don't want to let them loose from the three-point line and let that margin shift, but they'll be all focused about maintaining their defensive intensity and not playing to protect the lead, playing basketball. What's got them here? You know, lock up stops, some fast break buckets, and well executed O.
Steph Reid to Roof, needs to get this, and she does.
Can that change the tide?
Back to 12 points.
You know, Townsville at home, if they get on a mini run, the crowd will jump on their back. That helps shift the momentum. It's like a sixth man. Or woman. A sixth person.
It's Kalia from long range. Frolling
big
the
offensive
board.
Keely Frolling. Kalia, second time. Swishes that one. That's what the good shooters do. They don't miss the same way twice. She missed it short. Made sure the next one wasn't going to miss short. Steph Reid gets downhill. Can't get the finish.
Froling. To Blitzarves. Now to Hillman. Kalia. Big triple earlier on. Blitzarves.
Good
Wobbles
poise, gets it to fall.
Just like that, we're back to 17.
Big minute out of that timeout for the Melbourne Boomers. Got some conversions, got to stop. Halted the momentum after that big corner three from Roof. Another corner three attempt from Shields. Long on that attempt and a foul called.
Hillman up to 22 points for the Boomers. He's led from the front tonight. Froling with 13, Blitzarves with 10.
Townsville fire up the ante defensively, looking to extend their pressure, trap, get aggressive, see if they can shake it loose. Melbourne Boomers maintain their composure. Conti trying to suck a foul from Reed. That's been a great contest between these 2 point guards. Car park Conti! Short, but the putback. Kay Froll.
My new favourite nickname, I think. Here's Michaela Roof. To Steph Reed. Shields inside to Akuzo. Just comes up short.
Big possession play. Raise the arrow in favour of the Melbourne Boomers. Kelly Froling sucking the big ones.
So the Fire, they made their move in the last. It was 17 points at three-quarter time. They got within 12, but now we're back out to 19. Margin did blow out to beyond 20 at one point in that third. Less than 5 to play. Melbourne are in the box seat. As the Fire can come up with something spectacular. Here's Woods. Turned it over. Conti, Hillman, open for the three. Doesn't want to take it.
A bit of chew clock here.
Conti.
All horns action. Hillman dives on the rim. Blitzarves is going to make the play. Does just that. Pulls up over the Kuso.
Well executed. They were patient, took their time, and then got the finish. Kayla Roof from beyond the arc. Just hasn't been their night, the Fire.
4 of 23 from three-point range tonight for the Townsville Fire. Uncharacteristic for them, but having said that, they got their great shooters out. No Sammy Whitcomb, no Alice Koenig.
What will they take from a match like this when they're missing a couple of their stars? What will they take away from it?
Yeah, still lots of lessons. I mean, you know, teams never want to make excuses when you've got players out. You know, it's a given. Yes, we've got injuries, but they won't be happy with some of their, and they've got, different people shooting the ball, but, you know, I think some of their core players won't be happy with their performance tonight. Steph Reed, Courtney Woods, Michaela Roof. You know, those are the players that in these instances undermanned that they've got to really take the bull by the horns and make something happen. And, you know, got to credit Melbourne Boomers to some extent that they've managed to keep a handle on those three players.
Absolutely, they've come to play tonight. But how hard do you review a game like this, or do you think the Fire would just want to move on quickly?
Yeah, look, move on quickly. It's a new game. They'll have Whitcomb back. You know, there'll be some lessons learnt, but they're not going to ponder it. You know, they're still sitting, you know, clearly on top of the ladder with a second loss, and sometimes a loss like this gives you a little reset.
Woods converts. Hillman, Conti. Kalia. Bounces in.
Floater. Left-hand floater from Kalia.
Dow White
Boomers.
to Shields.
We'll be celebrating this one. Nice little Christmas gift.
Zowie B. Goes herself. Rattles out. going to be a turnover, so Townsville ball. Less than 3 minutes on the clock. 21 points the margin.
You know, for the Townsville Fire, it's that three-point percentage. They got good shots. They got wide-open three-point shots as we see the next 4 games coming up for the Townsville Fire.
Some big ones in that. Flames, a couple against Perth.
Flames on the cusp of that 4, sitting 5th. Bendigo Spirit, you know, further down the ladder, but as we've seen, those bottom 3 teams can beat anyone on a given night.
Courtney Woods,
free throw shooter,
finds herself at the line again.
Shoots in the 90s, 90%. It's exceptional. It's blue chip.
Hasn't missed any of her free throws tonight. Barely missed all season, I think just once.
Townsville extending their defence, but Mon Conti says that's not enough for me. Just bust that with the dribble.
Davidson gets
As
around
does Davidson.
Woods. Froling.
Good hands, Courtney Woods. Froling pinged for the foul. Froling's 4th.
Dow White for the Fire to Woods. For a long range 2, comes up short. Froling with the rebound. She's in double-double territory. In fact, she has got double-double.
Melbourne Boomers just milk the clock here. Good ball movement, good player movement. Coach Chris Lucas will be happy with that. Much different to what had been happening in a couple of losses recently.
Fire will get an opportunity here inside the final 2 minutes. 19 points, the difference as Michaela Roof takes it down the floor. Nice pass inside for Woods. Gets fouled.
Go to the line. As well not line up when she's shooting it.
So far, the commentator's curse hasn't got her.
Pretty much a guarantee from the free throw line is Courtney Woods. Good cut.
So we see the Boomers next 4.
Bendigo Spirit, they're back at home for a couple. Flyers, Flames, Fire. It's a pretty tough run, but what the word is, they'll have Jordan Canada back. And you'd imagine sometime not long after that, Christy Wallace may be back on the floor for them as well.
Rochi, who missed tonight with knee soreness.
Massive win for them with those outs.
It's going to be an amazing run into the finals coming off the Christmas and New Year. Not really a break, but that period as we into the second half of the season. This competition continues to go from strength to strength.
Keely Froling showing her arm to the referee that perhaps she got whacked on it. Referee says it's your side ball. I'm not giving you the foul. Thank you very much. You play, I'll ref.
Blitzarves. Davidson, Conti. Shot clock ticking down.
Good aggressive rotating defense by the Fire as Woods
Great
lays
effort
it in.
from Courtney Woods. And a timeout has been called. With 1:14 left in this match at Townsville Entertainment Centre. Fire's 7-game winning streak will come to an end.
See what the coach's diagram up here. Coaching out the game regardless of margin.
And they'll be wanting to just at least try and win the quarter. The Boomers led by 17 at 3/4 time. The margin's now at 15. No doubt that'll be one of the key messages as well from the coaching staff.
And for some of these younger players, for Shannon Seabom to go here's a play I want to diagram at the end, see if we can execute it perhaps, reduce the margin, show that they can execute to reduce the margin, play pressure defense if that's what they're looking to apply. Follow rules out of a timeout.
So 25 days between home games for the Townsville Fire. Unfortunately, it hasn't been the homecoming they would have liked. A couple of their stars missing, but Boomers, on the other hand, again, with a few stars missing, only 4 on the bench tonight. They just, after a first half grind, really set the tone in that third quarter. Blew the margin out and have kept the Fire at arm's length
Pressure
ever
defense.
since as Blitzarves makes a move.
Good rip drive, hangs in the air, finishes easily. Go to the line for the and one.
Have you seen her addition to the Boomers lineup this season? Of course, as we know, such an excellent player.
Yeah, look, I think it's taken her a little while to adjust. New coach, new team. You know,
she's pretty happy with herself. She's
happy they got the win.
Look at that.
Yeah, but brings that stuff to the team. You know, quality person, quality teammate. You know, often any change to a new club. You know, she's been at Southside Flyers for so long. Just to adjust to what's her role in the team, what are the expectations, where can she score within the system. But she'll find a way to continue and improve. But certainly stepped up tonight, 14 points, 8 boards, 4 assists. She'll be happy with that performance, as will Chris Lucas, and mostly they'll be happy with the W.
Certainly will, as we're into the final minute here. A few of the bench players coming into the action for both sides. Kalia.
Flip out pass, not on target for Kalia.
Dow White to the corner for Shields. He's done some nice things tonight. Maybe stepped out of court.
Melbourne Boomers will grind this one out, use clock. See which of their bench players they can get a shot for, perhaps.
Here's Rattano for the Boomers. Crowling, Davidson. Carmody to Frolling. And is fouled. Let's take another look. What do we think, Gary?
Yeah, that was clearly a foul. She got clobbered by both. Referees just had to choose which number they might call a foul on. Lucky dip. Frolling sinks the first. Stretch that margin out. 20-point victory would be pretty nice. She makes it 20.
She takes her to 17 points and 11 rebounds tonight. An impressive performance from the Melbourne Boomers. It's an upset victory. And they take down the Townsville Fire and end their 7-game winning streak at the Townsville Entertainment Centre. The Boomers away from home get the job done by 20 points, 82-62. A few key stars missing for both sides, but impressive win for the Boomers. And they get the job done, and that is a confidence-boosting victory. And they snap a 3-game losing streak in the process.
Yeah, massive. It was off the back of that 29-14 point third quarter where they just cranked up the defensive intensity and found a way to make some big shots. They were, you know, they looked like a different team in that third quarter. It had been an arm wrestle at half-time, but they really broke that game open in the third quarter, holding the Townsville Fire to a lowly score, and the Townsville Fire just couldn't buy a basket from 3-point range tonight. That was a difference. We saw Naz Hillman, what a game she had, back to the form that she'd had earlier in the season. 22 points, 8 boards, a couple of steals to go with it.
You can see the side gather and just have a few words. You can see what it means to them. They were without, as you said, Jordan Canada for 3 games due to concussion, 2.5 really, and just couldn't really find the answer in her absence, but seemed to click for them. They will get their stars back in the second half of the season, but they'll take so much confidence out of that win as we see the games to come in round 9 on Wednesday after we get through a couple of days of Christmas celebrations, and the great basketball continues in the Cygnett WNBL.
Yeah, you know, UC Capitals sitting on the bottom of the ladder, coming off a couple of wins. Can they push the Perth Lynx coming out of Christmas? Sydney Townsville, that'll be a biggie. Yeah, team we saw tonight, they'll have Sammy Whitcomb back. Sydney on the cusp of that top 4. Melbourne and Bendigo with a confidence boosting win tonight, and they'll have Jordan Canada back. You'd imagine they're going to be a tough ask for the Bendigo Spirit. Adelaide Southside form, you'd think it could go that way, but anything can happen. And then Townsville back against Perth. That one will be an impressive one to watch as well.
And that completes a big doubleheader for you and I. Cara Graff, what are your Christmas plans? Just quickly.
Christmas plans with the fam in Melbourne.
Love it. Enjoy your break. Well deserved. And to everyone out there watching, we hope you have a